Hello guys, and welcome back to another video on the BMW. As many of you guys know, I have a 2008 BMW E65 series which has a differential on the rear axle, and today we are going to be draining and replacing the fluid from it. Now, BMW kind of state that the differential fluid is a lifetime thing. In BMW terms, that really means it's good for about 100,000 miles. So because my car has covered like 120 odd thousand miles now, I think it's time to drop the fluid, flush it out, and fill it with some new stuff. Now, is it really going to be contaminated? You know, I don't know. This isn't a job that I've done before, but today we're going to find out. And the stuff that I'm going to be refilling it with is some 75W90, and this is the Febby Bilstein stuff. I always tend to go with Febby Bilstein or a OEM equivalent, and this is what is recommended, 75W90 gear oil for my differential. If obviously yours is different, then, you know, use the correct gear oil for your differential, but obviously, you know, confirm that first. But yeah, I've got a litre of the stuff. I'm hoping this is going to be enough, because this had to come all the way from Germany, and I don't feel like keeping my car up in the air, you know, trying to wait for another litre of this stuff to come out. But with that being said, we're going to get outside, let's get the car up in the air, and then we'll see what's going on with the differential. Okay then, so as you can see, the car is up in the air. Now it's quite a height up in the air. You don't actually need it this high, it's just going to make it easier to film for you guys. But the most important thing is that you get the car relatively level. Now you can't just go ahead and jack the rear of the car up to access the rear axle if obviously you're on a flat surface, because that will make the car unlevel. Now you need it to be as level as possible. So we have a spirit level, and we'll put that on the bottom there. Now you can see it's not perfectly level, but that should do us for today. I've obviously tried to get it as good as possible with the axle stands, so because my drive slants down, I've got it slightly higher at the rear. Now that is because when you go to top up the rear differential, you need it to be level so that you can basically tell when the fluid is at the correct level, and that goes for the same if you was to fill up the gearbox oil as well. So let's take you to the rear axle and let's see what we're working with. Okay then, so here we are at the rear differential, and this is obviously where we want to drain the oil out of today. Now on this particular differential, we actually don't have a drain plug. There's only one fill plug. Now essentially what we need to do is obviously remove that and then suck the old oil out using one of these hand pumps, and then land it into a container, and then basically do the reversal, and then just pump the new fluid into there. So first thing we need to do is obviously remove the fill plug. Now because this is obviously, you know, 12 years old, I'm assuming it's never been removed, it's a good idea to make sure you have a new fill plug, which I have somewhere. Here it is. Here is the new fill plug. It's direct from BMW, so it's a genuine BMW part. For whatever reason, say for example this does not come out, it has to be drilled out or whatever, or it rounds off, then you know, it's always a good idea to have a new one. I will be at some point as well doing my gearbox, changing the fluid in that, and I've got two new plugs for that as well. So yeah, it's always best to have a new plug. So to remove the fill plug, it is a 14mm Allen, and that slots in there like so. Now because I've already cracked it loose, it should come undone, he says. Yeah, there we are. But you may need to fit a a breaker bar or an extension or a ratchet or something on this, and then to crack it loose. But what we're going to do is position my drain pan below, just in case any fluid comes out. And I'm just going to unscrew the old plug. Ah, nothing's came out, but as we can see, that is what the existing oil looks like. It's black, which this oil should not be black, so that's not good. It doesn't smell very nice either. Okay, next thing we need to do is start draining that stuff out. Okay then, so I've actually modified the pump a little bit. So on the end of the red rubber pipe there's actually a slightly smaller copper pipe which actually acts as a tight seal, and I've hooked that round so it basically reaches the bottom of the differential, and now I can begin sucking the old fluid out. Okay then, so we've drained pretty much the entirety of the differential. I'm gonna guess this is at least 90%. I got the pump pipe all the way down to the bottom and didn't seem like there was really much left in there, so I'm actually going to pour this into another tub now, which this tub holds 900 milliliters. So if this gets full, then we know we're going to get close to the 1 litre bottle that we have, so I'm hoping this doesn't get full. So we'll pour it in anyway. No, this isn't going to get full. It's pretty close, to be fair. And I'm not too sure how well you can see that, but kind of is some little black specks in there. Now I don't know if that's wear from the differential or what, but yeah, there's nothing of major concern that I can see, no huge chunks or anything, so seems to be okay. But yeah, so there is, to be honest, there is actually the best part of a litre. This is nearly full, so I'm going to class that as almost 900 millilitres in there. And now it's just going to be the complete opposite of what we just done. So instead of draining oil from the differential, we're actually going to be filling oil into the differential. So we've got the output tube into the bottle of the new gear fluid, and we've got the input tube going into the differential. So we've just got to pump this in, and then essentially we're just filling it until oil drips out of the differential, and then we know it's at the correct level then. So there's like around 200 millilitres left in the bottle, so that should be nearly full. There we go. It's starting to drip out now. and remove the pipe. See, it's starting to drip. And install our new plug. Tighten that down. There we go. And that should be job done. I'm just gonna clean all that up, and then that is the diff fluid changed. Okay then, so I've just made sure that the fill plug is tightened down, and then I've just gave the general area a nice clean, so there's no oil dripping or anything. But that is the differential oil completely done. Okay then, so I've just gave the area a general clean. I've made sure that the fill plug is tightened properly, and that is the differential oil replaced. Okay then, so that is another job done on this BMW. The differential oil has now been replaced. Did it need replacing? Well, you know, in my opinion, that oil was not in the condition that I would want it in. It was definitely very, very dirty. Now, did it lose its lubricating properties? You know, I don't know. But for the sake of how much it is to buy a litre of the new oil and the new fill plug, which if you want to buy them, I will leave the links down below where you can purchase both the fluid and the fill plug. Now bear in mind, if you have a different model to me, I have the 520D 2008 520D, so if you do have a different model, you may need a different grade of oil, so please bear that in mind. But if you do have the same model as me, then I will of course have the links down below. And damn, I really stink of gear oil. If you have ever smelt gear oil before, it absolutely stinks. It's nothing like engine oil. Like engine oil, it's, you know, it's not a pleasant smell, but it doesn't really smell that bad at all. But damn, this gear oil absolutely stinks, and I've got it on me somewhere, so yeah, I need to go and get cleaned up. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope it's been somewhat helpful. And you know, if you want to go ahead and replace your differential fluid yourself, you know, go ahead and do it. You know, it's really not that difficult of a job. You just need a little bit of patience. Like I say, you need to get your car up in the air so it's fairly level. And yeah, with that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching. Please give this video a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so, because we've got so many more BMW videos to come, even in this current climate that we're in. And yeah, I'll see you guys in that next video.